Shut up and sit down.
And we're on. God, that was good time. See, this is Profesh, Dave, isn't it? This is getting a bit beyond the joke now, isn't it?
Can I take you back and get a refund and get the normal Festa, because you've been very all morning.
Frightening the life out of me, mate. It really is. It's like, yeah, scary, isn't it, eh? Who'd have thought
Scaring the bejesus out of me. It's like, hang on, let me have the other.
But yeah, anyway, hello, gang. Welcome to another Sunday at the bench with me, Colin, Festa 67's workshop. Yeah, and Harry Cornflake.
And it's me, Dave. Hello, everyone.
How you doing, mate? Let's get
all the... How are you?
I'm fine, mate. I'll get all the pimpage out of the way and then we'll say hello to the chat and see what we're all up to. So, yeah, if you'd like to support this channel, you can head over to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or you can hit the join button below this or any of my other video content and become a channel member, both of which give you access to the Zoom 24/7 off-air hangout. You can also support him, the Harry Cornflake, at patreon.com/ModelMakerDave's workshop. If you want to get our attention in the chat, do an @Festa67's workshop or an @ModelMakerDave workshop. We get our names in a gold box, or we might see your comment. Or you can click the $ and do a super chat, all of which goes towards the little kitty that helps keep all of this coming your way. There you go, folks. It's done, Dave. I know. Not next week, folks, but the week after, the first weekend of the month, will be a gallery show. So get your work in the gallery. You've got a couple of weekends to get that in there, ready for when we do our monthly gallery show as well, folks.
It's 6th of November.
6th of November, yeah, night after bonfire night.
Might go off with a bang then.
See what you did there, mate. So I knew within minutes there'd be fireworks. Let's have a little looky-loos in the chat. First in, we had myself and Atol's. Atol's done your question of the day, by the way, Dave.
I know, you're going to have to slow him down. But anyway, what is or what has gone into your bellies? What have you got on your benches? And what, far more importantly, what is your beverage of choice whilst watching the show?
Go, belly, bench and beverage, folks. Athol McNichol, first in, grabs the comfy seat, bacon and egg sarnies washed down with a mug of Iron Brew Extra. Good afternoon, folks in chat. Iron Brew, Dave. I miss Iron Brew. Panzer's in with Festa Hugs, Dave Hugs, Athol Hugs, and all of that. Hello, Pans. How you doing, mate? Kevin Stevens is in, says afternoon, Colin and Dave. Excuse me. Hello, Kevin. All right, mate. How you doing? He's saying hello to Panzer and Atoll. Atoll saying afternoon meow to Panzer Cat. There you go. That's what he did. Jeff is in. Candygram for Mongo. Very own Carl Sagan with an I Festa Dave, Panzer, Hugs, Kevin and Atoll. Marcus Brun is in. Says good afternoon, Colin and Dave, and hello, all in chat. Peace out. Hello, Marcus. How you doing, mate? Love and hugs to you and your son, mate. I hope you're both doing all right on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. We had a good storm this morning, Dave, didn't we?
Well, I heard a clap of thunder. I don't know how much it went on before that one. But...
yeah. Oh, I mean, you know, proper good old Uni rainage, wasn't it? It was proper, proper clattery, wasn't it? But, I
looked out the bedroom window, and because I'm on a bit of a slope, it was like racing down the road, and I'm thinking, ooh, glad I'm not going out there.
Yeah, it was rather nice, I must admit. Everyone said hello to Marcus. Excuse me again. Oh, God, see, Dave, going live, see? I always yawn when we go live. Paul Lewis is in, Paul J. Lewis. He says, afternoon, Colin, Dave, the chat, and anyone that's lurking. 'Tis a day to be jolly because it's happy birthday to me day. Happy birthday to Paul. I would sing to you, mate, but it really isn't. It really isn't pleasant, mate. So happy belly button day, mate, and have a good one, mate. So you get to have additional Jack and rum, mate.
Ooh.
Yeah. Everyone's saying happy birthday to Paul. Nice one, folks. Aid's in. He's saying hello, everyone. Hello, Aid. How you doing, mate?
Hello,
He
Aid.
says, hello, strangers. Yeah, we've got a photograph of you on the side here so we can remember what you look like.
Yeah.
I'll say night to Adi. Jeff says beverage, coffee black because it's 6:35 a.m. and I've just woke up. There you go.
Oh, God. Oh, what a trooper.
Just woke up and he's got to put up with us two pillocks, Dave.
I know, poor soul.
And everyone's saying happy birthday up there to Paul. So, yeah, happy birthday, mate. How old are you, mate? I mean, I'm 5.5. Dave is 5 and 7, 7, 8.
5 and 7, 8.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. That's the chat done, Dave. So, shall we whop down to the old bench, mate, and show people what we're up to? Might as well. Let's put the lights on and get down and have a looky-loo.
Here we go.
There you go. Saves people staring at my canister all morning, doesn't it? Right, let's have a move round. Oh. Yeah, try not to get my foot stuck under the bench today.
Yeah, it can only happen to you.
Yeah, certainly can, mate. Let's try and get a decent angle today. We are doing the MA M4 even A3 E8 Sherman from Ryefield Models. I am still assembling that bad boy, folks. And we have done the hull with a bit of turretage, as you can see. Have you a bit of that? And I am putting together bogies of goodness. Oh, nearly dropped it, Dave. There you go. That's what I'm building today, folks. I'm building them bad boys. Movable bogies. E is what we're up to. So that's what we're up to. What are you up to, Dave?
I'm working on this one. The old Nissan Skyline.
Yeah.
We have had a bit of an experiment with mixing of paint this morning.
Oh.
I'm going to try and get some of the glare off of it. Hopefully that's coming out all right. That is the colour that I think I want to go for.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't think it's as deep as on the box.
Yeah.
But it's not a million miles away.
Happy days. Happy days.
I'm quite happy with that. So it's, we've made the end pieces to have the rocket launcher type exhaust.
Yeah.
He says, holding up. Hopefully you can see those.
Yeah, can see them.
Yeah. Used an old telescopic aerial and a pipe cutter.
Yeah.
And made those. We're going to have a bit of an exhausting time because I'm going to work on the exhauster for a little while.
Oh, I saw what you did there, mate.
Yeah.
Belly and bench.
That's where I am.
Happy days. Belly and bench from Panzer is just about to be square slice sausage and egg rolls. Bench, I'm sure it's a set of tracks. Oh, that makes a change, mate. A beverage of choice, coffee. There you go. So he's keeping a track of what he's doing, Dave. Mm.
Does that mean he's trying to link it all together?
So you did there, mate. Yeah, he's padding it out.
Mind you, he's been a bit of an idler at the moment.
Oh, yeah, he is, Dave. He does. But he's really having fun.
Well, so long as he's having fun, that's the mate.
That's the key, mate. That's the key. So, yeah, that's what we're up to today. We're just continuing our builds. Obviously, how's model making mum, the usual, Dave, what you've been up to, because you've been on your hollybobs again, ain't you? Let's just...
Yeah, I've had hollybobs. I've had an extra 2 days this weekend of being at home and just sort of chilling out and not rushing around, really.
Yeah.
Model making mum, she's fine and dandy.
Yeah.
She's been out and about doing various bits and pieces.
Yes.
So, yes.
Happy days,
Oh,
mate. Happy days. And you've been doing your scale, mate, Cynthia. And yeah, I'm still getting messages of deep, real thanks off of people for setting them up with doing that last week. They've all been loving me for making them put their stashes on Scalemates. So, yeah. Scalemates are probably wondering why their servers are so busy.
Yeah. I've gone through the airing cupboard stash. I've gone through the bedroom stash. Gone through the sofa bed stash. And from memory of what I've put up in the loft, I've done the obvious ones that I can think of.
Yeah.
As for the rest of what's up in the loft, well, they can stay up. But I think I'm up to about 177, I think it is.
Yeah, which ain't bad going, is it? It just lets you keep an eye on things, mate. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
There's a couple of kits on there that I've got to double up.
Yeah.
But, here's what it is. Paul's put in a belly. He's got cheese on toast.
Oh, good one.
Cheese on toast with a slice of smoky bacon.
Oh.
How good does that sound?
Yeah, road trip, Dave. Right, that's the brunch done for today, folks. Right, we're off down to Paul's gaff to get some brekkie.
Yeah, all right. They're followed by a large JDWA wedge of birthday cake.
Yeah.
Chocolate fudge.
Oh, nice one.
Chocolate fudge cake. Oh,
yeah.
And on his bench, he's got a 1/12 MFH Ferrari 315S.
Oh, nice. Nice one. Graham's in. Graham McRobert saying hello. Hello, Graham. How you doing, geezer?
Hello, Graham.
Hope you're doing all right, mate. That's a different icon he's got there, so I think he's in on a different account, Dave.
Ooh.
Yeah, a fresh icon. The lovely Sarah Jane is in, saying, Dave, I have sent you a friend request. I hope you're not ignoring me. There you go.
Well, I'm presuming that's on Scalemates.
I presume so, but yeah, if he's ignoring you, Sarah Jane, I will find him. And she's saying, hi, Colin and Dave. Hello, Sarah Jane. How you doing, darling?
Hello, Sarah Jane.
Right, we have got a bit of that and a bit of that and some of that. Get you a bit of that. In there. So. Ready for when we put them bits in behind. So we've got whichever one is whichever one. I think that is that side. That one, by powers of deduction, is that side.
Right, Sarah Jane, that has been duly accepted.
There you go. See, he's good, isn't he? It's not true what they say about him, Sarah Jane.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Go. Bit of that in there. Squeeze that in there. He says optimistically it will go in. If I'd say hello to Sarah Jane there. It's always nice to see Sarah Jane in. Is it a busy day of motorsport for you, Sarah Jane? I know it's F1 a day and MotoGP day, so no spoilers if you can help it. Just bung that in there. Put a little bit of a pincer on there. Where did I put them? Under there. Let's grab those. Sorry for hitting me mic. Paul saying thanks to Sarah Jane for wishing him happy birthday. But yeah, I can imagine the guys over at Scalemates this week wondering why their servers were so busy. So, yeah.
And that's totally down to you.
Yeah. Had a nice few mate requests during the week that I've been answering. So thanks to all of those that reached out. Lovely to be friends with you all. And, yeah, there you go. So, we can have a bit of that. Now, I'm not putting the wheels on this because I did get Panzer saying, make sure you don't put the wheels on the other night in the Zoom. And it's like, yeah.
Oh, is he being helpful, is he?
Yeah, very helpful indeed. So, yeah. Because it just makes it easier to paint them separately. So, yeah. Because I haven't done a lot of armour, so all the tips were getting given. All gratefully received. There you go. Paul Christopher's in. I think I might have read it already, but I'll say it again. Hello, fellow modelers, he says, just in case I missed you. Hello, Paul. Welcome aboard, mate. Hope you're doing all right, mate, and having a lovely weekend and all of that. So that's that. We then get a bracket of bracketness, like so. Oh, scratch me chin, scratch me chin. And make sure we're putting that up the right way, which is that way, so that we can get that all together. Right. That is another bogey about to be assembled, Dave. Yeah, I want to roll today, ain't I?
Another bogey?
Yeah, that bogey done, mate.
Oh.
Yeah, Paul Christopher says, belly of bench, coffee, ham sandwich consumed with a piece of coffee cake. Nice. And chocolate obnobs. And bench is the Tyrrell six-wheeled race car. Oh, nice. Nice choices, mate. Yeah. There you go. Get you a bit of that. Yeah, some nice choices there, mate. Panzer says, I see a lot of people are eating cake today. Jeff Light is in, says I, Colin Dave, and everyone in the chat. Hello, Jeff. How you doing, geezer? Yeah. Sarah Jane says, Dave, are you wearing a respirator?
No, because if I wear a respirator, then no one can hear me when I talk. And I do have a fan on at the moment that's blowing across the desk, so...
Yeah. Is that Sarah Jane issuing a potential fine? Dave's like, I don't care.
No, I don't.
We've got defiant Dave today. But everyone's saying hello to Jeff and Paul. Right,
Defiant,
what have we got?
Dave, he's not been out for 3 days. He's been indoors for 3 days and he's loved every minute of it.
Oh, lammakins. Let's get all of those off of there. And fingers crossed, we might have enough time today for me to start tracks. You never know. You never know, folks. We'll see how we get on. Even if I get a few done, at least it's a start. We'll see how the day goes. I thought if I get all the bogies done, at least they're done.
So if you start the tracks, would that mean that you're on track for doing what you want to do?
good pun there, Dave. Good pun, mate. That was, yeah.
Or do I need to go and get my coat?
The coat would be a nice choice, to be honest with you, but it's not compulsory.
Oh, okay.
There you go. We're going to have some of them in there. We've got 3 of those, so we might as well grab them. But this is getting super efficient now, Dave, isn't it?
Hey, you go steady on this super efficiency.
Yeah. Just thought I would, you know, throw that in there. I didn't say the P word though yet, because I don't think it's that good at the moment, but it's getting there.
Now, can we leave the P word alone, please?
I saw what you did there. Dave has been fined 3 bottles of Malibu for promoting bad health and safety live on air, plus a cake of her choice. God. Oh, bless her. Oh, dear. I can cue the wibble now, Sarah Jane. I can feel it coming.
No, I'm on holiday.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's on holiday, so defiance is the operative word by the sound of that.
Yeah.
Right. So we have got a pair of them. I beg your pardon, there.
No, Panzer, you're not getting a new cell, mate. No, Defiant Dave has spoken.
Oh, there you go. He's getting rather tetchy, Panzer, isn't he? Yeah. There you go. And those. We'll leave that there because we've got the other little bits to come off of there. So we'll just grab one of those. Pair of them.
Right.
Paul Lewis says, okay, he says, I'll say it. Colin is picking his bogies. Exactly. I've got a bench full of bogies today, mate. Yeah. Cue the bogey jokes.
Is that a standard picket or a flying picket?
I see what he did there, Dave. Is that the best you had?
I thought I would nose in front slowly.
Let's just get the seam off of there. Highland boys in. Bob, how you doing, mate? He says, afternoon, Colin, Dave, and all in chat. Please remember the space you clear in your cell is only for storage. You must not sample the finds. There you go. I see what he did there. There you go. Let's get a bit of that going off of there. Nub of nubbiness. There you go. That's that gone. Just work your way around. Get the bulk of it off and then not do the rest with the sander then. Panzer says, are you there? I'd never dream of sampling the cake finds. Of course you wouldn't, mate.
That's what got him into trouble in the first place, wasn't it?
I think it was, mate, yeah. Eating Sarah Jane's cakes. I think what he was doing is he was teasing her, Dave.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, he bit the hand that feeds him, so to speak, and yeah.
One day you might learn.
I think he would, wouldn't you, being ex-military, you know? Right. Everyone saying hello there to Bob. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Everyone comes in and says hello. They're a very polite bunch in our chat, aren't they?
Mm.
Very polite bunch of folks. Go, bung that in there. Do a bit of that. Side of there. Let's throw them over there out the way for a minute. Stop me knocking those. Jeff says in a couple of hours I'll be getting a new 3.5 ton. That's the rating, not the weigh. Heat pump installed for the house. I just hope the installers will do it competently, as few around here do. Yeah. Let's hope that gets sorted, mate. That'll make a difference, though, Jeff, won't it, eh? Ray Aquilina is in, saying hello, me best friends. How you doing? Hello, Ray. How you doing, fella? Lovely to see you in, mate. Hope you're keeping well. Hope everything is nice and safe on the Isle of Malta and that you're doing all right, buddy. Many, many years Ray's been coming in and supporting us. It's lovely to see you again, mate. Always nice to see Ray. Use some of that. Sarah Jane says, Panzer, it's nice to see the expense by Colin and me has been well spent and the rehabilitation is working. See what you mean, yeah. Everyone's saying hello to Ray, which is lovely. Everyone in the chat. See, they're lovely people, Ray, aren't they?
So is Panzer creeping again?
I think he is, Dave. I think he's trying to wheedle his way back in Sarah Jane's good books. I think it's going to take a little while for her to renew her faith in him because he has let her down badly, hasn't he, in the past?
Oh, goes without saying.
So I understand her dipping her toe in the water slowly where he's concerned because, yeah.
Yeah, she is a bit reluctant, shall we say.
Yeah, he's let her down badly with all the trust she showed in him. And yeah, I think she's tentatively, Dave, word of the day, wheedling him back in because, yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to take you back to the Lost and Found and get the original Festa back.
Big words as well, Dave, isn't it?
I know. I'm really, really getting worried about you. Are you sure you've been taking the right medication?
Would be an ecumenical matter. yeah, I'm positive I have. Oh, yeah, I hope I have anyway. Soon find out. Let's make sure I've got that the right way up before I glue that in. Don't want to be putting it in round the wrong way, Cole, do you? Here you go. Go. Look at that. Do a bit of him.
Right, as I'm going to use some extreme metal, I'm going to put my mask on and I'm going to mute up.
Yeah, no worries, geez. No worries, mate. I shall keep the chat occupied with my inane waffling. Yeah, whilst you're doing that.
Yeah,
because, yeah, using extreme metals will get you in trouble with Sarah Jane if you don't use a respirator.
Yeah, well, I've got it on now. So.
Yeah.
Very good for doing the old skipper to bomb aim. Skipper to bomb aim.
Absolutely. Trucks away, Ginger, and all of that. Panzer says tentatively. That's a Tivoli that lives in a tent. Yeah, he's good, isn't he? Nothing gets past him, Dave, does it? Oh, yeah. Happy days. So let's get rid of these and get some more of these bad boys on there. Who else is in there? Yeah, there's Ray coming in and saying hello. Everyone's saying hello to Ray. How you been, Ray, anyway? Everything's safe and well, mate? You're chilling out, buddy? Yeah, I'd like to know Ray's okay. Just lightly getting rid of the nubs and the seam lines. Athol says, all right, Dave, Colin's had a dictionary for breakfast, so it's full of explanatory words. Yeah. Yeah, I might have been reading the big boys' dictionary, mate. Had a lot of pictures in it as well, Athol, so yeah. There you go. Bit of those on there with that. Jeff says, dang it, Panzer. That's all I'm going to think of from now on when I hear the word tentatively. Ray saying, yep, he's okay, guys. Lovely to hear, Ray. As long as we know you're safe and well, mate, we're happy bunnies. Let's get one of those off of there. That. So number 57. Dum 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 dum, which goes on that side of there. Panzer says, yep. Candy, he says it's popped in my head just now, and now it's in yours. Good job, Panzer. A job well done, mate. If it's in our heads, it's duty bound to put it into someone else's. That's the law of things, mate. That's the order of things. It's just how it is. Go. Let's do that. Give that a squeeze with them, as I can. There you go. Bring that one round. By powers of deduction, it should be a number 58 now. So let's have one of them. On the bench, just on there. So, Panzer says, I stand corrected. See, he wouldn't have said this a few weeks ago, Sarah Jane, would he? He would have been arguing and everything. So the rehabilitation program is working. Because he would have been argumentative, Panzer still, wouldn't he? And yeah. Athol says 26 watching and 13 thumbs ups. Hit that button, folks. Yes, thumbs ups. A lot of folks often wonder what the point is, but it really does help the video climb up the rankings. So you're helping the channel out by doing a thumbs up. It's massively appreciated. It costs nothing, takes a millisecond, but it just helps keep the channel growing, folks. So yeah, by all means, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down. If you don't like what I'm doing, just leave a comment as to why you don't like it, and we'll endeavour to change things. But for the moment, you know, leave a thumbs up. It's nice to be nice and all of that. And it just helps keep the channel getting recommended to folks. More thumbs ups, the more the videos get recommended, and we get to make new friends and more friends. So everyone's a winner. That's the theory. And it's just nice to be nice, isn't it? Right, let's bung that in there. Try not to twitch too much, Cole. Look at that. Get in there. Like so. Jeff says, I am refilling an old-timey fountain pen now. Any bets whether I'll end up with inky fingers? One of the ones with the lever on the side. We used to use them at school, and how many of us used to sit there and have the person we didn't like in front and just go and squirt them, because it was the order of things. At the end of the day, go. Have you a bit of that. And view some of that. Old school fountain pen always looks nice, though, when a letter's written with it, doesn't it? It just looks right. I always use a fountain pen, I do, when I write a letter. Letter writing's a dying art now, folks, innit? With all the email and all of that lot. But I don't know, it's always nice just to write someone a little letter. Every now and then. There you go, it's another one done. Mission here. Sarah Jane, Colin, I pick on Fox as I'm older and bigger than him. It's the way of things. Tough if he don't like it. Good girl. It is the order of things is the correct answer. Everyone needs to mock Fox. Fox needs mocking. It is, you know, it is a passage or rite of passage in the community. One of the first missions to be accepted is to mock Fox mercilessly whenever you come across him. He loves it, really. He makes out he doesn't, but he does. He does enjoy it. He likes a bit of mocking. Makes him feel loved.
Well, he is such a princess anyway.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think it's Panzer saying, yep, you need to pick on Fox because it's mandatory. Paul D. Tommaso's in. Good morning, Colin Dave and all in chat. Morning, Paul. Love to you and Dawn. I hope you're doing all right, mate.
Paul.
And we are doing a bit more on the Sherman of Shermanness today. Dave's doing his Nissan Skyline. So, yeah. How are you on this wonderful Sunday? I take it Dawn is still in the land of Nod, bless her. Yeah. It is mandatory to pick on Fox. So, yeah. There you go. Get a bit of that on there. Everyone's saying hello to Paul. Oh, everyone's sharing the love today, Dave, isn't they?
Oh, no.
Lovely.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. Right old love fest in the chat today, isn't there?
Ooh.
You can tell it's coming up to the season of goodwill, isn't it?
Oh, of course, yeah, we're coming up to the silly season, aren't we?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's the season of goodwill and that. Yeah. Well, it's not Crimbo until Noddy Older says it is. That's the rule.
I don't think it's been on the radio yet.
No. Well, I was getting warm because I hadn't put my fan on. Ray Aquilin says you guys have a big heart. Yeah. Well, it's nice to be nice, Ray, isn't it? You know, in the modern world, there's too many people that are snarky, nasty, and bullies and all of that lot. So in my world, it's just nice to be nice.
Yes.
Costs nothing, and yeah, let's be nice to each other. There's enough hatred going on around the world these days. Let's just take time out and say, actually, let's be nice. I'm a bit of an old hippie, but hey, who cares? It's so we got a bit of that going on. Let's get rid of that under there because there's a bit of a scrapey going on. I'm doing all of this, and yeah, I will probably put dust and detritus up under here, but it's still. You still don't want a big old mould line going round everything, do you? Because
No, you've got to do it right.
yeah, no, it's can't be doing with that. Right. Paul says, yeah, we're doing okay. She's still sleeping. Brilliant. Sarah Jane says, don't forget, folks, due to popular demand, I've told him, Colin, is doing a Crimbo speech this year. Tune in or be fined. 'Tis the season to be fined. Yes, I am doing my alternate King's Christmas speech, folks. I will schedule it to go out on Christmas Day, so you'll be able to see it. It's my alternative Christmas message to folks. What possibly could go wrong? So I am in the consultation stage at the moment of deciding what to have in the message and all of that. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you'll come up with something.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. So, yeah. It's all good fun.
There we go.
All of that on there. Okay. We should. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that works out right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I was not missing any bits there.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, if there's anything you would like put in the alternate Crimbo speech or any shout-outs you would like in there, feel free to bat me a message to the usual Festa67 workshop at gmail.com. All the details are linked in the video below. So if there is anything you would like me to shout out to anyone in particular, if you've got family members you would like to be acknowledged, I will sit and do that quite happily.
But the only thing that I can think of is just a season's greeting to past and future viewers.
Yes.
Methinks.
Yeah. So, yeah. So you got that to look forward to, folks, because, yeah, why not?
Mm.
Why not indeed? Hey, these things can be done.
That back again.
Yeah, she says you have to do the altered respect speech. That's a must, as I said. So, yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. That will come in. Oh, yes, 2023 is going to be a year of respect because, you know.
Does that apply to Panzer as well?
Yeah, that's who it's aimed at. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I shall sit and do the video for that at some point and get that ready and able to be scheduled on the channel because indeed what possibly could go wrong? I think Sarah Jane's looking forward to that more than Christmas. Anza says, I do respect, he says, every cake that I nom. Yeah, he's bad. Sitting there eating all of Sarah Jane's cakes. It's just not on, you know. Not fair. All the cakes need to be sent to Sarah Jane. All of them. Sarah Jane says, nice and sunny where she is. Happy days. Yeah, we had a bit of rain and thunder this morning, early doors down here, which was nice. It cleared the air up, to be honest with you. Let's have another one of them. Of that. that should, by powers of deduction, be that, sir. But I still check every single one just to make sure. Sarah Jane says, quote from Some Mothers Do Have 'Em. Oh, you're going back. Yeah, Michael Crawford. Some Mothers Do Have 'Em. Damn, I remember that show. Yeah. Would that be shown on telly now? I can't remember anything that would be seen as controversial, but would it be shown on TV now?
I think you could just about some of them yes, and I think some of them probably no because of the stunts that he does.
Yeah.
And the one that I'm thinking of, he's riding behind the bus.
Do you remember the roller skates? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all done in one take, wasn't it?
Good grief.
Yeah.
That's the one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
That might cause a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of the idiots don't need to watch that round.
Yeah, it was an innocence about the comedy, wasn't it, back then with it? But again, I don't think I can remember anything that would be seen as controversial, but you never know, do you? Because it was the 70s, you know, so.
Yeah. I don't think you could get away with Ain't Half Up, Mum.
Oh, no. No, that was, yeah.
I think that'd be a bit...
Yeah, that was too near the mark.
Are you being served? I don't know.
Might with some of the digs at Mr. Humphreys.
Yes. And Mrs. Slocum and her references to...
A cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Innocent now when we say it, but on the telly, I suppose people would still be offended, wouldn't they? Because that's the thing now. Everyone is so easily offended, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Robin's Nest.
Yeah, Robin's Nest, Richard O'Sullivan, yeah.
What about the Liver Birds? Oh, blimey, that's going back.
Yeah, and George and Mildred. And Terry and June. I think some of them wouldn't be shown, some of the Terry and Junes, because he was a little bit savoury, wasn't he, with some of his wording.
Yeah. On the buses.
Oh, yeah, that definitely wouldn't be shown, would it? Yeah.
Love Thy Neighbour. No chance.
No chance, yeah. Even though the actual joke throughout that programme was on the white man.
Yeah.
It was the language and descriptive terms, wasn't it? That would be the problem.
Yeah, but I think I think a pair of them gave as good as they got. So
absolutely.
I reckon it was about 50-50.
Oh, yeah, you're bang on, mate. But it's... Yeah.
Yeah, it's how it gets perceived now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, not only that, it's the kids, isn't it, these days, you see them words being used and would then go to school the following day copying them, and you've then got a whole new generation being bullied, and I think that's the problem with it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, because unfortunately, children mimic what they see. Yeah. It's a shame. But it's funny, we all say about these shows, and yet probably you would find if you was to watch some of that now, you would probably not find it as funny. I don't know. It's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, because I remember shows and you sit there and you think, oh, mate, I've got all that's on. I'm going to watch an episode of that. And then you watch it and you think, really, why on earth did I used to think that was such a good TV show? Why? Because you was 10 years old when you last saw it. And yeah.
Yeah. The world's changed.
It has. It's moved on, isn't it? And yeah. I mean, could you imagine now watching old episodes of the A-Team and things like that? You'd probably be sitting there going, why am I watching this? Like Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Airwolf, things like that. You know, you'd probably sit there now going, really? The original Hulk with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno, you'd be going, look, that's a man painted with green spray paint. He is not a monster. Yeah.
The Bionic Man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You would look at it and the cheese factor would be up to 10, wouldn't it? It'd be like, oh my God.
Did I used to watch this when I was a kid?
Yeah. I started watching reruns of Starsky and Hutch, Dave.
Oh, no.
Yeah, now we all know that was cult television.
Yeah.
And Dave, I saw 3 episodes and I'm like, it's not aged very well. Same as Kojak, that's not aged very well.
Just thinking, Kojak.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, yeah.
I think about the only one from that era that has pretty much weathered the storm is Dad's Army.
Yeah, Dad's Army and Columbo. Columbo never seems to date, does it, for some reason? Because he was irritating then, and he's still just as irritating now.
Oh, I could never understand why people used to rave about, oh, did you watch Columbo?
Yeah.
No, because he was an irritating so-and-so.
Could you clean that up, Dave?
I did, I had to. I was thinking about how I was going to get round it.
Sarah Jane says the first season of MASH had a black doctor whose nickname means the season. That season won't be shown again. Yeah. Yeah. This is the thing, Sarah Jane. It's terminologies that were the norm back then, but like I say, it's consigned to where it belongs, isn't it, in history books at the end of the day?
I'm surprised. What is it? They did a rerun of some of the black and white war films, and they did the Downbuster. I was surprised that actually got through because of the Labrador's name.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I thought, hey, how are they going to get around that one?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Athol says Wonder Woman and Charlie's Angels were our favourites, yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, that would never be shown now because of General Lee.
Yep.
And that's the thing, though, Dave, because I've got General Lee car, the model kit.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got it, and it has the controversial flag with it that was on the roof of the television car.
Yes.
Now, I know when I build that, I'm going to have that dilemma. Do I put that flag on the roof or do I not? Because someone somewhere will get upset. But it's not that you're glorifying that particular flag. It was part of the car. But you've still got that dilemma, haven't you, of do I, don't I?
It's also the same thing with the German Air Force, that particular emblem that goes on the tail.
Yes.
Do you, don't you?
Yeah. The only way I can figure it out is put it on there, but when I do the photographs, is not have any photographs at an angle that emphasise that flag's present too much. That's the only way I can think of doing it, but hence why I haven't filmed that build yet, because
you can you can build it and film it and be damned if you inadvertently show something.
yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it?
Or you just build it for yourself.
Yeah.
You just do it as an offline build.
Yeah, it's just a shame, isn't it? Because you don't want to go out and, set out to offend people, but, it's an iconic vehicle, isn't it? And it's...
Yeah.
Jeff Light says, can you remember Edward Woodward in Callan? Yeah, that's my youngest son's name, Jeff. That's who we named him after, that character. So, yeah. Jeff Light says, yes, I remember The Wicker Man. Yeah, I remember that film. Scared the bejesus out of me when I first saw that. But I ain't going there.
Honestly, so I've never seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them.
Not really into horror films.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul D. Tommaso says, put all the markings and whatnot on your build. You want a proper representation of the subject you're building. Well, this is it. I mean, my brain is saying, well, that's how people remember that particular vehicle, and it would be bowing to peer pressure to not put it on there. But again, when it's your channel and that, you're mindful of not offending anyone. So it is a dilemma. I think, like I say, as long as you're not exuding what it stands for, then yeah. It's just how times have changed, Dave, isn't it, mate?
Ooh.
I had it with the Hindenburg airship when I built that. Someone was complaining about a certain symbol, and it's like, well, in all the photographs, it's not in the centre of the photograph. It's obscured 99.9% of the time. And whenever you see it on a newsreel, the symbol's on there. I'm not glorifying what it stands for in any way, shape or form. You're always going to have that one person that's mortally offended. You can't get away from that. That's just how things are, isn't it?
And they always have to make such a song and dance about it as well.
It's the society that we live in now, mate.
Yep. It is.
Jeff Light says, I always felt sorry for Callan's sidekick, Lonely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Lonely.
Yeah. That's that done. So we have we're banging me camera there. We have a choice of drive wheels. I've built them all. We do have a choice of which ones to use. What the difference is and why there's so many choices. I'm sure someone will point out to me when I next see him. So we've got that. We've got the bogies done. Oh, let's have a little looky-look, see what the light on next. Excuse me. Oh, have a bit of that. Okay, now here's the question. If I attach them bogies, they're going to be a dog to paint then, aren't they? So we don't want to attach them yet. But we could make up those guide wheels there. The other wheels I could do as halves ready. Difficult. That goes in like so, that makes sense. So I could probably put the pins in them halves, build them ones, so do that. 24 and 23. 4 of them to make. There's a 23. There's a 24. Athol says the next item, Panzer says the next item to be centred will be Russian tanks featuring the infamous Z markings. Yes. Yeah, because that will be seen as a thing. I've got a Ukrainian aircraft that I bought because it was part of the proceeds going to, help them out. But again, if you sit and do the bill, people will accuse you of taking a side, and it's like plain at the end of the day. But I know people that were going to be building Russian stuff that have actually stopped because they don't want to be seen to be supporting what's going on out there. So their choice where they build a lot of Russian armour, they've had to change because of that. And I think that's a shame.
I think that's quite sad.
Yeah, I do, because it takes away from the hobby. At the end of the day, we're building plastic model kits. I've built German armour. I'm not sitting here supporting in any way, shape or form the ideology even that the Germans had back then. I'm not supporting that. You'll still get people going, I can't understand why people build so much World War II, because it's interesting armour. It's part of history. It happened. You're not glorifying it or saying you agree with their philosophy. You're just building it because it was an interesting piece. It is difficult sometimes, isn't it? And it's like, well, it's a plastic model kit. If it was a problem, people wouldn't sell it. So, yeah, it's... what you're going to do, say, fine, no one can sell any armoured tanks, planes or anything to do with potential battle for fear of upsetting someone who's an anti-war campaigner. You just can't do it, Dave, can you?
No. At the end of the day, you do that, you might as well just kill the whole hobby.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go. That's a double set of wheels over there. Yeah, I just think Sarah Jane says I build race cars and that suffered a tobacco ban since the early 80s. Really annoying. Yeah, because you have to go out and get the aftermarket decals, and And again, it's daft, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, it was a Marlboro McLaren. Everyone knows what that was, but it's really, it's yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's Big Brother gone mad, isn't it?
Just you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. Or if we did everything that we shouldn't do,
yeah,
we did everything that we should do that pleases most people, then we'd probably have a very boring life.
Yeah. You know, how many people have built HMS Victory? Now people are saying, well, you know, there is a campaign gaining ground wanting the Nelson's Colin be dismantled because, you know, he was around at a time when slavery was a thing. And, you know, where does it end? So, yeah. We, you know, we can't change what happened in the past. We can be educated by it and learn from it. That's how I see it.
Well, that's all we can do.
You know, to go round and erase history like that by burning books and removing statues, aren't we doing what a certain German leader did in the early part of his campaign of rewriting history so that it suited his ideology? Are we not then doing the same, Dave?
Well, yeah, we are, because that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's how he wanted it.
Absolutely. Jeff Light says JPS Lotus was another of the cars. Yes, yeah, it certainly was, mate.
Gold Leaf.
Yeah. The Winfield and the BAR. Rothmans, the Metro 6R4 for the Lombard RAC. Hamill for Nigel Mansell's Williams. I'm saying that because I've got one under there and I had to get the separate decal set for it. Yeah. Another one was the NASCAR, wasn't it? The Skull Bandits ones. Do you remember the chewing tobacco?
Don't remember those ones, but...
Yeah, that was another one that had to be, or you don't see decal sets for a lot now. Right, we've got another couple of those to do, so we'll have them. Oh, yeah. Athol's off. He says he's going to have a slice or three of dumpling with best butter and a mug of Joe, so have a good show, lads. Take care, Athol, mate. Thanks for popping in and saying hello and all of that lot and keeping us company. Have a nice rest of your Sunday, mate, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. How's your build coming along, Dave?
Well, the exhaust is I'm happy with.
Oh, happy days.
So let's try it in situ and see what it...
Are you exhausted?
Oh,
Let's get rid of that off of there. Graham McRobert says, oi, I need a kick up the Richard Harris. Forgot me thumbs up. No doubt I'll get a fine by a certain person. Well, she is in, Graham. She is in. And, yeah, as we've said before, the thumbs ups do really help the channel. They keep it growing. And they help the content get recommended to potential new viewers that may not have seen what we do. So it helps dear old Festa out, folks.
yeah.
It's one of those clicks that YouTube does take notice of. It just recommends it. Jeff Light's got a good point. He says, denying history will only allow it to repeat itself. We have to learn from it, not deny it. Exactly that. You know, because, you know, especially with the current situation going on in Europe, you think, well, we should have learned from the last person that tried all of that shenanigans. And, yeah. You're always going to have a bitter old man who wants to have a measuring contest for fear of losing power. You're always going to have that. And that's currently what we've got at the moment. But, yeah, the more people that rise up to that, the better.
Yeah, but it...
You know, one man's bitter and twisted ideology is harming millions of people and potentially harming millions of people. And I think in the modern world, that's shocking to still be allowed to happen.
Well, he must surely see that the course that he's taking,
Yeah.
the sanctions and everything that's been put in place, must now be taking effect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if we think we've got it tough over here, then the average
Yeah.
person over there must be,
Yeah. Yeah. Paul says, yeah, Jeff, I said that 5 minutes ago, laugh out loud. Yeah, Paul, we are we are trying to build a kit as well, mate, so apologies if I missed your chat. God, he does nag if we miss one of his comments, Dave, doesn't he?
no.
You know, perish the thought. Wrist slapped. But yeah, you know, we are trying to build a kit. I can sit here and just read the chat if that's what you want. Yeah. Tut tut. Sarah Jane, issue a fine.
Yeah, it's a big one, please.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. We do try and read them out, but obviously we are doing a bench show, and we are trying to, you know, sit and build a kit for you to keep you entertained as well as. Ray's waving, says, take care, my friend. Everyone's going late as Ray. Take care. I'm not sure whether Ray's off or whether he's waving goodbye to Athol. Heath says, I know what you mean. I built and painted an SS officer figure and was criticised for glorifying the SS. Yes, mate. I was sent a bust as a review. I won't say by who, but it was of the leader of Germany at the time. And yeah, I politely declined to do the review because I thought it would be too controversial. So I shipped it back to them. But yeah, because I just thought there's no way you can sit and paint it, word it, or describe it without sounding like you was in some way admiring it. You know what I mean? And I could not think of a way that I could present it that wasn't going to offend people. So I said, yeah, you know, nice sculpt and all of that lot, don't get me wrong. But I can't because, yeah, it's a step too far. And they got it, don't get me wrong. But, yeah. And then they've sent me a different figure now, so I will do a review on that, so that's not a problem. But yeah, you get that sense of foreboding, Dave, don't you, where you think, yeah, Pulse is not complaining here, mate. Yeah, I know, mate. I'm pulling your chain. He says, Ammo Weathering Mag 1945 has an amazing paint job on a former German leader. Yeah, it's probably the same figure that I'm on about, mate, but I just could not think of a way that people wouldn't try and turn it and hate on me, mate, because, you know, over time I have had me stalkers, and I just thought I'd be playing into hands, so I left that one.
Yeah, it's damned if you do and damned if you don't, because if you don't, then you'll be seen as giving in to those that...
Yeah.
And then if you do, then you're damned by those that think you're glorifying and supporting a regime that you don't actually support at all.
Exactly. And it's a difficult, complex argument, Dave, and I get the argument from both camps, totally 100%. So, you know, but it is one of them, mate, isn't it?
Oh, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Even if you like the sculpts and you think, yeah, I could do a good job here, but you just think, yeah, how much grief am I going to get?
Yeah. That's the dilemma. You know, so, yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Well, this is it, because none of us want to offend people. But again, in the reality of it, it's a plastic model at the end of the day. But It's the subject matter. I remember, you probably remember this subject I'm about to raise. There was a beautiful diorama build done. I can't specifically remember the builder, so yeah, apologies for not remembering the builder's name. But it was a German Tiger tank, and the diorama was a few officers, and there was a ruined building, and the way it was photographed was mainly the tank with the German officer doing his pointy thing. But then when you looked at what he was pointing at, against the wall was some figures of the firing squad. So it doesn't take much to figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
And that build got absolutely hammered, mate, because of that one thing that was going on in the background. And there was, good opinions from both sides of the argument. People going, well, it was war. That's what happened. He's depicting this. He's depicting that. But you still had the people saying, yeah, but you're glorifying it. And it was tastefully done, don't get me wrong, or as tastefully as you could do something of that subject. But was that a step too far? I don't know, because what you do, you're going to stop building. I don't know. That's handy. So they are a press fit. That's handy to know.
The thing is, if it's a model or a diorama that was depicting that,
yeah,
and he gets that kind of hatred, but what if it was on canvas?
Yeah. Well, this is it. This is the thing, isn't it? Because you can go to an art gallery and you can see this sort of thing depicted. So, there's a prime example, and this is controversial, I know, but say, for instance, any paintings that depict the Roman soldier inserting the spear into the side of Christ, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying this to offend anyone that's religion. If you believe in a God, no matter what God it is, whatever religion, then there is one if it makes you happy. But would you then say you can't show that painting because it's depicting violence?
Yeah.
So where does it end?
I suppose you could take it even further. Do you show paintings of a naked form?
Exactly. So I know it's deep, and probably we've gone off tangent with the conversation, but yeah, where do you end it, Dave? Because yeah.
So you could do the same as that diorama on canvas, and it will be glorified as artistic.
Yeah, artistic license, isn't it?
But because it's a model, it's deemed that it's a toy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll get off my soapbox now.
Yeah, it's just one of them, mate, isn't it? Yeah, it's a tough one, mate. It's trouble is, what can you do? It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, what can you say or do, Dave, at the end of the day? Not a lot.
Not what you can do.
It's just how it is, isn't it, mate?
Sooner or later, someone's going to come along and say, we can't do that.
Kevin says you're in a no-win situation, whether you do or don't. Exactly, Kevin. It's a shame because it takes the fun away from the hobby. I mean, none of us are glorifying any particular side of anything that we build. You know, there were things in World War II that both sides did that probably nowadays would be seen as war crimes. But at the end of the day, it's 80 odd years ago, and things have moved on and changed. But if you're building World War II armor or what, it's not that you're taking a side just because you built German, British, American, or Japanese. It's you've seen a piece, it's interested you, and you wanted to try to depict where that stood in history, and that's all you're doing. You're telling your story. I don't know whether any other model builders have had this, where people have actually gone at you because of the subject you've built. But I seem to hear things where people have had people nitpick at them because they've built a particular subject, and it's like, really? Well, kit's for sale. Jacqueline says, good afternoon, gentlemen. I have made.
Oh, hello.
Made what, Jackie?
She's not been on her cheesy balls again, has she?
Yeah, Panzer says in the 80s, Sweden banned all war toys. The law was repealed in the early 2000s, and guess what the best-selling toy began. Didn't we have a similar thing over here where toy guns and that stopped getting sold unless they was brightly painted? Am I right in thinking that was a thing that we had in the UK? Where they had to be painted in like fluorescent colours rather than black, so that the police didn't mistake them for real weapons. I'm sure there was something like that.
Do you know? I don't know.
Yeah. Because you used to have a big thing with replica firearms there, where you used to be able to buy 1-to-1 scale replica firearms to build and display at home. But I don't know whether that's still a thing legally that can be done. But you used to be able to buy World War II guns, Lugers and things like that as model kits and assemble them. But I don't know whether you still can, mate. Not in the UK anyway. But
I think I saw one on a M16, I think.
yeah. Yeah. God. Detail on that. It's even got the writing on the side of the tyre. Jacqueline said, should say made it to the Sunday stream. Graham McRoberts said, yeah, after the Dunblane shooting. Yeah. Because, yeah. That was tragic. That was Dunblane. Oh. How many years ago was that now? Damn. Well, Andy Murray was a survivor, wasn't he? The tennis player of the Dunblane massacre. Yeah. Tragic. Very tragic events.
Well, it's the ones that keep happening in the States as well.
Yeah. It's the tragedy of it, isn't it? Because it's one of those, you know, what drives a person to do that? And yeah. But again, if they had prohibition tomorrow for guns, it would be like Al Capone all over again, wouldn't it? Because look what it done when they tried to prohibit alcohol. I think it's too far gone now for America. I think with the amendment out there and that, it's part of culture, and you're not going to undo the fact that there's X amount of millions of guns out there. They're not going to all get handed in. We in the UK had a gun and knife amnesty a few years ago, and within 8 months, the amount of stabbings in London quadrupled. And yet, you know, a few months before, there had been a gun and knife amnesty, so that really didn't work, did it?
That worked well for them, didn't it?
Yeah. Hansa says, yep, those models were manufactured by a company called LNS. Yes. thought I remembered them because, yeah. Sarah Jane was in Hungerford that particular day, affects me to this day, and I didn't see or hear anything. Yeah, my brother was playing snooker, Sarah Jane, at the hall in Hungerford, and back then you didn't have mobile phones, and it was a good few hours before the police got in touch to let us know he was okay, but he's never spoken to us about it because he might have seen some things. I know he had to give statements and things like that, but he had some counselling and that because it came back and haunted him many years later. So, yeah, I think he may have seen some things that day that affected him, but yeah. So we don't talk to him about that subject at all because, yeah. Keith says you can buy deactivated guns from a store in London. Yeah, yeah. Is that battle orders, mate? But yeah. Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, the engineering behind a lot of these things I find quite fascinating. But, you know, if you was to collect, you'd be seen as, yeah, and it's one of them, innit? But, yeah, what do? You're never going to change it. You know, we're in a culture over here that hasn't got an amendment about bearing arms, and yet we still have gun crime over here. It happens. Most of us could probably say that there's someone in our local town where if you wanted something like that, you could probably go and get one in about 10 minutes.
Quite probably.
You know, because there are, you know, yeah.
It's no need to ask.
Yeah. So they are there. You know, we get gun crime here. You know, it gets reported, it happens, and you just go, yeah, okay. Nothing you can do about it. You can't stop it. Anyway. Oh, saying, yeah, Canadian government just recently passed a bill that bans all handguns. I saw that on our news feed, Paul. And yeah, I think that's a very, very bold law. That is it Justin Trudeau, your president out there, has passed, and fair play, you know, fair play for him to have the gonads to actually go ahead and pursue that because, yeah. Yeah, Panzer says, I guarantee in 20 years there'll be more illegally held guns than there were legally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's what we have over here is, you know, we have a culture over here where it is illegal, but the underworld and black market supply of that sort of thing is such a lucrative industry that you're never going to stop it. You know, you know, we've had Uzis on the streets of Manchester, Dave, haven't we? And blocks and all of that. You know, we've had a lot of that. You know, and you're like, how can people get submachine guns in the UK? And yeah, they do. They get them. AK-47s, things like that. You know, we've had all of that. Blimey, we had grenades fired at Downing Street and mortars, didn't we? So, yeah.
It's a shame they bloody missed.
So we've had that, especially when the Troubles were on. You know, that was a big thing, wasn't it? Because weaponry was, yeah. Sarah Jane says, when Colin is PM, I'll enforce the new laws and sort things out. Yes. Yeah, Sarah Jane's going to be our Home Secretary, I've decided.
Oh.
Yeah. Home Secretary and Minister for Justice. Oh, Panzer's now gone. Oh.
Well, Panzer will be promoted to Chief Gulag Officer.
Yeah, prisons officer.
Yeah.
Prisons minister. Panzer says I'll have to jump through hoops every year to renew my firearms license. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but do you need a firearms license, Panzer, to be honest? Unless you're walking down the street dressed as Rambo, I don't see the point.
Hang on, that's not necessarily an image you want burnt onto the back of your retina.
He just wants to play Chuck Norris, doesn't he, Dave? Let's be honest. Been reading them Andy McNabb books again, isn't he?
Yeah.
Go. He says, I hunt game, so yes, I need a license. Oh, right, okay. Some reason I've got this image now of him running through the woods dressed up like Tom Berenger out of Platoon. Conjures up an image, doesn't it, Dave, eh?
No, I don't need. No, that's not.
With his face paint on, and yeah, his bullet belts rattling around as he's running through the woods. Oh damn! I'll get that partridge if it's the last thing I'll do. Oh, bless him. Oh, get me coat. Tough crowd. Right, so we got loads of those. Where do them ones go then? Oh, that's that. Okay, yeah. I'll get. Excuse me, I'll get that. Yeah, so that goes on that spindle. That gets adjusted or fixed when the track sag's adjusted. Okie dokie. Is that on its arse? Yes, it is. Right, okay, so we've got some more of them to sand. And then we'll all, what are we doing? And then we'll have a looky-loo whether we can get track sprues ready and start some of that. Get some more of these wheels done. Sarah Jane says Panzer should be the prison inspection officer with the amount of time he's in them. Yeah. Justice Minister, prisons minister.
Well, he's certainly got the experience.
Yeah. Yeah, we couldn't have him as Minister of Justice, Sarah Jane. That's your job. You know, you're the one who should be the judge of things. But certainly, with your supervision, he could be prisons minister. I don't see why that wouldn't work, Dave, do you?
No.
Have you some of that? Get in there. Candy Ground goes duck season. Yeah. He says also venison is wonderful.
Quackers.
Yeah. Panzer goes running through the woods but only scared to do. Yeah, I know that, mate. But yeah. This week's award for stating the obvious. Yeah. And I love sinking my teeth into a nice piece of venison. Yeah. Yeah, I do know that you would creep up on the deer panzer, but thanks for stating the obvious there, mate. He says, yeah, I know what you mean. Years ago, I had a rough shoot of 1,000 acres and a number of guns. Yeah. Yeah, we get a lot of people go out into the forest shooting. Organised hunts at some of the stately homes that are around the areas. Used to get a lot with the fox hunting, didn't we, Dave? But yeah, I don't see that. It's all banned, isn't it? Sorry?
That's all tailed off now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I think it's still banned, isn't it? Fox hunting. Didn't Lionel Blair ban that when he was Prime Minister?
Yes.
If I remember rightly. Yeah. Yeah, we got the couple of the stately homes around the area that have their, is it grouse shooting, pheasant shooting, or whatever the hell they're shooting. Yeah, a lot of the clay pigeon brigade as well. A lot of that goes on, clay pigeon shootings. Fault of Festa walking around with a shotgun just don't bear thinking about, does it? Yeah.
I cannot possibly say a word of my reply.
Yeah, what possibly could go wrong there, Dave, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we got all of them wheels. So that'll all be...
oh, excuse me.
Bogies are done. So let's do the other sets of them babies. Because this will all sit in the hole awaiting paint. And then when I'm ready, I can get these all primed and everything. But I kind of want to get all the little bits done. Then have a look at the hole and see whether or not any other bits go on that before that gets primed. And just sub-assemblies then makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? So that leaves a couple of wheels for the rear end. That's the track section with. But that could all get built. Some of this looks like it only goes on when the tank halves are done, but probably could make them so that they then get added on. That's the gun support, that's the turret ring. Okay. That's bullet boxes, so we could get them all built. That's the M19. Okay. So we have got some bits that we can get on and do. And then it'll be tracks, but I might do a few tracks, then build a box, then do some more tracks, then build the next box.
Oh, what? Just break it up a little bit.
Break it up a little bit. So I might do it that way. Is do a run of tracks. And, yeah, build a storage box, another run, build the next storage box, and then build the gun, and so there. Oh, method to my madness, Dave. Madness to me method, yeah. James is in, JC. Bricks and Builds saying hello, as is the Bobbins. Greetings, he says. Sorry for the lateness. I was doing grown-up stuff. You go careful, Bobbins. You go careful, mate, because we've got childish reputations that we're trying to maintain on these shows.
Yeah. Hello, Bobbins. Hello, James.
Doing, mate. Hello, James, Alicia, and Shania. Huggage is issued. Oh.
Yes.
For those interested, yes, we're still doing our Sherman. Dave's doing his Nissan Skyline. So we're still doing that. Don't forget, in 2 weeks' time, it's the first weekend of the month, so there'll be the gallery show going out on the 6th of November, if I remember rightly. So if you've got work that's nearing completion or you just want to post some stuff, get it in the gallery. Facebook gallery, just search for Festa 67's workshop. If you're not a member, join the group. We'll let you in. And we can pimp your work and your channels on the Sunday brunch.
Yeah. How brave do I feel?
Oh, depends. Are you feeling really, really brave, Dave?
Well, I'm wondering if I can do some detailing on the door.
Oh.
On the dashboard.
Oh, dear.
Well, I think what I might do is do that off camera.
Yeah, are you trying to go all David Hunter, are you? Is that what you're up
to? No.
I wish, he says. Yeah.
Although I did think about where could I possibly put a little bit of carbon fibre decal.
Yeah. Yeah, just think, though, don't put no masking tape on it because it'll end up like that McLaren otherwise.
I know. Oh, that was... Oh, you would have been on the floor crying because you'd heard... Oh, I just went off on one.
Yeah. Why don't you just rip the decal off and do another one?
I put the decal down with setting solution, so it was on there like concrete.
Yeah, just get some clear sellotape, Dave. Rub it on top of the decal and pull it off like a Band-Aid.
Well, I've sanded most of it off now.
Yeah, easiest way to remove a decal. Clear sellotape, folks. There you go. You've heard it from Festa. Top tip.
Or just use heavy-duty masking tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, the air turned... Well, I don't think the air turned blue. It was more bright shade of purple, I think.
Yeah. I wouldn't have mocked you, Dave. You know me. I'm your friend. Anza says in capitals, those in favour of Dave doing carbon fibre. Yeah. I reckon he should do the wing mirrors pans, don't you, mate? And the rear view mirror. And the wheels. Yes, not feeling so smug now, is he? Hey, he gone quiet. He's like, yeah. Another one bites the dust. Panzer says, yep, definitely. Exactly, mate. Exactly. A looky loo. Oh, right, that'll be on there then, yeah. Oh, yeah. Got the yawns today, Dave. Got the yawns.
The yawns?
Yeah. I really sleep well, so. Paul Christopher says carbon fibre the whole vehicle. That's a good shout, Paul. I like your thinking.
I don't think I've got enough carbon fibre for that.
Yeah, I like your thinking there, mate. Dave doing a complete decal wrap.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen.
Max McGinn is in. Was that a tip of the week? I heard nice. Hi, everyone. Hello, Max. How you doing, mate? Lovely to see you in, buddy. Hope you're keeping well. Love to you and your family, mate. I hope everyone is safe and well in the house of Max. Would that be Maxwell House? Oh, it's all I had, and apologies to Max.
I should think so for that. That was a bit.
But I just said I hope everyone at home's safe and well, so yeah. I'll get me coat.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah. You're only jealous because you didn't think of it.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll have a poll. I'll put a poll up in the group for you, folks. Do we think Dave should do a full vehicle carbon fibre wrap? Yeah. I wonder what the result of that poll will be. Yeah, Paul Madej Tommaso says you can do it. Dave Hydro dip it. Graham McRoberts says I can hear Dave's brain going something like off. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Yeah, it does end in off, mate. Back there. Nice clean sanding stick now. Sarah Jane says, Colin, you thought of carbon fibre the bogies, now hiding. Oh, for carbon fibre the bogies, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Don't think Panzer would appreciate that, though. And, yeah, New Year's coming, Sarah Jane. New Year's coming. The Sarah Jane build will be happening. Yeah, I shall sit and do the artwork over Crimbo. Get that all ready for you. Because I can have that as my background build for the year, see? Yeah. And not only that, I need the space because it's such a big box. Yeah, I'll get that done. Because with the space that's taken up, I could probably get my entire car stash in that area. And it all becomes over that side of the room then. So, yeah. Some of the big box builds done next year, so that's first on the list. The Bobbins is going, do it, do it, do it, do it. Max says, we're all well. Hope you and your family are well also. Yeah, they're fine and dandy, mate. H is fast asleep on the settee at the moment. She looks like she's been gunned down by Elmer Fudd, Dave.
Splat on the sofa.
Yeah, she's got one leg hanging over the arm of the settee, mate. She's got one arm hanging off the edge of the settee. Oh, mate, yeah, she's proper out for the count, mate. Tongue hanging out. It's like, yeah, you go for it, girl. Yeah, he says, come to think of it, it's a brand I haven't seen in years. Yeah. Yeah. James says, poll is now posted up. Sorry, Dave. Cheers, James. I thought if I dropped enough in, someone would do it. There you go. There's a link in the chat, folks, for the poll. Good man. Sarah Jane says, I'll be watching you do a brilliant job with that kit. Yes, I'm going to film it all, Sarah Jane, and it's going to be dedicated to your good self, love. Because, you know, you've been a very kind supporter over the years, and, you know, we love your company, we love your banter. And, yeah, I know it's been the in-joke with us for a while, but, yeah. Hopefully I'll do it justice. Now, how would you like me to build this, Sarah Jane? Would you like it done in the Gulf colours? Would you like it done in black? I don't know. I mean, I'm leaning towards both, but I don't know which way to go, to be honest with you. So, We'll see. Get that done. Sorry if my sanding's making a racket, folks. I do apologise. Let's clean that off. Oh, I never said the letters. I never said the letters, James. I never named the car. It's referred to as the car with no name. Yeah, I didn't name it. It's the car with no name. That's how I refer to it. Or Sarah Jane's car. I can see James getting a fine. Rich, hang on, lads. I've got an idea. Vice, he says he's off to work in a mo, but just dropped by to leave a like and a comment. Enjoy your Sundays. Thanks, Rich, mate. My name is Michael Caine. Not a lot of people know that. Panzer says, get another one and build both colours. It is tempting, mate, I must admit. So, yeah. Have you? Yeah, that. Panzer says, JC just issued 1 bottle of Malibu Fine and a cake of Sarah Jane's choice. Bobbin says, paint it red with checkers all over the bonnet. Kevin says, he can't hear me, Sanding. You're not right under your mic. Oh, mate, that's right then. Yeah, because literally my microphone is just there. Just literally right next to me there, see? So I was wondering whether it was picking it up. Oh, apologies if it is. I can move it. But it's, yeah. He says, Keith is asking, what do I use to clean the sanding stick? This is a Gundam mat. I got it off of AliExpress, mate. Yeah. It just cleans the sanding sticks, mate. What I'll do, Keith, is I'll find a link for it and I'll pop it up on me group for you, mate. But yeah, I got it off of AliExpress, mate. Yeah, it saves using the leg of your jeans, mate. Let's see where I can find it on my app. If I can find it on my app, mate, I'll put the link in the chat for you.
No, not there. Try the other one.
What was it? What was it? What was it? That's all of those. There it is. Let's have a look. Yeah. Let's see whether we can get a link for that. Yeah, we got it. Let's see whether we can share that. We can. Bosh. That should, in theory, have gone straight into my messenger and I'll be able to copy and paste that in there. Sorry for not being on shot there. I'll just have a look on the messenger for you, mate, and then I'll paste that in.
No, it won't be in there.
Let's make sure that that came out. There it is. Copy.
Okay.
And it is coming in the chat now for you, mate. Let's just lean over and pick up my keyboard. There you go for Keith, and there is the link. It's a big old link, but yeah, let's see whether we can get that smaller. That's 537 letters on there, and you don't want. So let's see whether we can do that way. Right, I'm going to have to put the link up in the group because it's too big for Messenger, mate. It's too big for the thing. Have you got me as a friend on Facebook, Pete? I'll tell you what, let's just bung it in the group. I'm going to just put a link for my sanding cleaner. There you go, Keith. It's in the Facebook group, mate. Dolkosaurus is in saying hello. Hello, Dolks. How you doing, mate?
Hello, Dolks.
There you go, Keith. I bunged it in the group, mate, because it was too big to go in the chat there on YouTube. It wouldn't let it go in.
Oh, dear.
And that'll take you straight to it, mate. But yeah, it's literally a little foam pad there. And yeah, you just rub your sander on there. And then all I do then is I just give that a clean off, give it an hoover, go over with my vacuum of goodness. And you'll get most of all the crap out of it. And if you really want to be good, just bung it in the washing machine, mate. I need to get a new one, actually, because I've used it for so many years now that I've kind of worn it down in a few places. So.
Oh, wow, missus.
Yeah.
That didn't sound right.
It didn't. He says, I'll look into it. Yeah, it's £9.37 of the Queen's pence, mate. Or the King's pence, even. There you go. Yeah. It's just an handy thing to have at the side of the bench, to be quite honest with you, you know. It. So, well, yeah, there you go. He still can't be bothered to ride down the old chute to get round. He comes through the main green. Mind you, if it saves him going 1.5 miles around the old chute, he's going to ride through there, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Until he knocks someone over.
We had one come gunning through here, Dave, on a sports motorcycle the other night.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you know, it was, you know, on the Fireblade jobby, you know. Full chat, diagonal across the green. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. Andy was out, he said, I got me Spike, he said, just in case the git comes back. He said, I will get him. He's brilliant, he is.
He sounds rather determined.
Yeah, he gets a bit of a B under his bonnet because he's got young kids, see. So
yeah, well, that's understandable.
Yeah, his philosophy, they could be out playing out there because obviously they do. They go out on the green, don't they? Play football and that. Yeah. And he has a big old chunk of rebar, he said, and he'll throw it like a spear at the wheel and you hope it goes between the spikes. And I said, yeah, but if he falls off and kills himself, you're going down the steps, mate.
Yeah.
I said, you've got to be careful, Andy. Toe rag, he said, I'll get him. He said, I will get him. And I know he will. He's got an indeterminable determination. If you do, you say to him, "Oh, just be careful, Andy." It's funny. We used to get a lot of the pocket bikes going across there when the little mini motorbikes were a thing, but that all kind of stopped because the old Bill used to sit by the railings on the other end and just nick them as they came out the other side.
Yep.
I'd have the van doors open. Here comes another one. And the petrol-driven skateboards, that was a thing as well, yeah. They would just sit there and go, yeah, we'll have that. Thank you. Lynn Dipple is in saying hello with all the hugs. Hello, Lynn, how you doing, love?
Hello, Lynn.
Dorcas asking what the poll was, and James has said it's decide whether Dave should do carbon fibre on his Skyline or not. Yeah, I wonder which way that poll's going to go. Yeah, I think Dave might be ordering some new carbon fibre, you know. Dave's like, no, I won't, because I just won't do it. It's my model, and I'll build it how I want to.
Yep.
I know Dave. I know what Dave's like. Dave does it for Dave. And if there's nothing in it for Dave, Dave don't do it. He says is the correct answer. Sarah Jane says, Colin, I have some pillock riding his motorbike along the Redway near me. Definitely will kill someone one day. Yeah, we had a spill a couple of years ago where one of the guys riding the bike, and it was nothing to do with Andy and his harpoon. But he misjudged it because there's a gully that goes along the back of the green, and he misjudged it and ended up down there in the stagnant water and detritus, and yeah. But he was under his bike when he went in there, you know, so he could have drowned really, but yeah. So a valuable lesson was learnt because he wouldn't have got no insurance for it because obviously he was riding on a public footpath or green. And yeah, so his insurance would have paid out, but yeah, it took him a while to get the bike out because it had sunk in all the silt and mud and everything that was, because it's a disused bit of the canal that goes along the back of there. So of course it's got everything in it. You can imagine trolleys, mattresses, all of that over the years. So his bike went in amongst all that. He was a lucky boy. I don't think he'd do it again now. But these other two pillocks, they don't seem to have come unstuck yet. So they must be local, which leads me to think they are because they know that area because they ride pretty close to where it is, but none of them have on that extra bit. But they're obviously locals that come through there, so.
Yeah, there'll be one time when their concentration is not as it would.
Well, the plot over the years have put various, because obviously they liaise with the council, the local highways agency and that. They've put barriers up at each end. But the problem is because you get a lot of people go through on the mobility buggies, the barriers have to have a certain width for the buggies, the mobility scooters to be able to go up, around through and through the Z. So of course they make them a bit wider. Well, you can get a motorcycle through there, can't you? You just literally run each foot beside the bike, scoot it through, boom, straight across the green, out the other side, and you've saved 1.5 miles worth of petrol.
And you've saved an awful lot of time as well.
Yeah, because the road goes round me in a big horseshoe, like so. But by them coming through and just going straight over the green, they cut out joining the horseshoe and literally come off just before it's about to go onto the main ring road. So they save a lot of time and effort, especially during rush hour. That's when you get a lot of the bikes come through. And of course, you've got people on their mobility scooters, people with pushchairs walking through to take their kids to school, or the little mother and baby centre at the other side. So, It is risky, I think. You know, if I still had my bikes, I wouldn't be gunning through there because it's not on, is it? Let's be honest. The only time my bike ever came up on the path is when it used to come into the workshop that I had in the back garden for its servicing and all of that. The rest of the time, it was across the way in its lockup. But yeah. Each to their own. Sarah Jane says, anyone do a yes vote for me? Dave deserves it after his defiance earlier. Yeah, no worries. I'm sure Panzer will do that for you. If not, I will. Yeah, protracted silence coming from Twyford. Panzer says, not that I'm in any way influenced. Of course you're not, mate. Of course you're not. Let's get rid of that. I want to go too mad because I don't want to flat spot it, but I can still scrape it along just to nip off a bit of nubbage and then do the rest with the sanding stick of sandiness. There you go. And we've got all of them wheels prepped. I know I built all 3 sets of the guide wheels. You only need one each side. I thought, why not? Let's just see which ones are which. Some have got a different, looks like a different pattern on it. So we'll go through. It's probably different variants had different ones. I don't. I'll just look at what the box art's got on it and go with that. My knowledge of armour isn't great. But I know something. I'm loving every minute of doing this. Sarah Jane says, the red way near me is the access route from the estate to the Tesco's, so lots of people walk along there. Yeah, yeah. We've got a couple of schools at the other end. We've got the preschool and we've got the infants stroke juniors this end of the green. Then obviously we got the main shopping parade and that. So yeah, we got quite a bit going on there. So yeah, and then obviously I live this side of the green. There's another row the other side of the green, and then we got railings here with a through road that goes to the main ring road, and of course they want to miss that entire horseshoe that goes round the back of us. And they cut across, but can be quite worrying, especially if it's old folk coming across the road, because they go to walk through the railings and suddenly out of nowhere appears a sports motorcycle, you know, and they don't give a monkeys about the people trying to walk through. They just come straight through on their bike. So it's like, oh, yeah, don't mind me, mate. I'll move, shall I? So, yeah. I would say you want to give them a thump on the helmet, but that would sound wrong, Dave, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Dave's sniggering now.
You want a pump, I suppose.
Yeah, Dave's sniggering now. Panzer's now moistly rubbing his hands because the track sprues come out. Yeah, I just want to have a looky-loo at the jig. And see one of these sprues up close. It's coming up to 1:45, so I probably won't get any done today. But I just want to see a little looky-loo at the jig as how that looks, and have a little read of the instructions to see what is expected of me when I sit and do these. Loads of little bits, linkages and stuff. That's Festa's knowledge of tracks. Look at that. It's only one sprue pants. Look at that bloody lot on there.
Oh dear.
These little tiny link bits, Dave.
Oh, you're going to have so much fun.
That's all right. When you're carbon fibre in that model, mate, I'll be thinking of you. You may mock me, but this is the little jig they give you, so... I get that. That's the reverse of the pattern that's on the base, yeah. So you would put see it's saying, yeah, keep them on the end of the sprue, like so, and chop it into small sections. So I get that. Because this is the first time I've done this sort of track, see, so it's pretty much saying that, but it's saying don't glue any of it. And yeah, surely them pads, unless they're a press fit, be that. And then you put this half on top and give it a and it clicks it all together. Is that the theory?
It sounds good. The theory sounds good.
Yeah, because it's saying no glue anywhere. That could be click and press, perhaps.
Yeah, press fit.
Kevin and Panzer are in the chat. I'm sure they'll tell me. Yeah. So that's what it's saying. So how many bits on it? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Let's have a look. We'll lay 7 on there then. 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. They've actually done it as little groups of 7, Dave.
Oh.
They thought of everything on this kit, didn't they?
It's made your day, isn't it?
That has, yeah. So that's a set. Okay. No, there's nubs on there that I've got to chop off. I'm aware of that. Hey, that's got the bit pokey uppy. So that would go in.
Is that technical?
It is. Yeah. Okay, I'll get that. That goes in like that. Okay. Just like that. Okay. All right. Yeah. But it's got pads that go there and pads that go under it. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, because we've got the links that go under that. Yeah. Cool. I think I'm getting it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because you've got the tread part. Each half of them goes one there, one there. That then goes on top of them. So let's have a look, see if they've got a male and female peggage. Yeah, they have. Okay. It could well be then. They may be press fit. If they're not, then it'll be a simple ickle tiny dab in the middle. Yeah. And then they would then drop in on top with those little bits there. Right. Okay.
Oh, that sounded decisive.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the tread underneath. Yeah, okay. Rather splendid. So we could do a couple of them, then build an ammo box, then do another couple, then build another ammo box. Yeah, okay, I can live with it. So rather than me put that away, what I'll do is I'll get rid of them nubs of nubbiness. Lord Bartley the third's in. Hello all. Hello my lad. How you doing, geez?
Hello.
I hope you're doing all right, mate. I hope you're safe and well. Lovely to see you in. I think these are going to look rather nice, mate, when they're done. And I enjoy this. Famous last words. Yeah. Well, it's one of them, innit? I mean, not doing a lot of armour. I've always looked at this sort of track and had an healthy apprehension, Dave.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not really an armor builder. The thought of putting tracks together is not one that.
Yeah. Not one that floats your boat, is it?
No.
Yeah. So I get how that goes, and then once that sprue's cut off, everything ends up compressed between that jig. Then you just press it together. Like so. Yeah. Would you use clampy? Let's see how a clampy would work on there. In the middle like so. And then you could say, okay, I'll let that jig cure. And each sprue's got a jig on it, so I could have a multitude of jiggage.
So does that mean you're going to get jiggy?
That might be a good way of doing it. So I could have one in there, build another one, and let them dry. And have miniature one, and then just join the links together, or the sections. Yep. Sounds doable. Lynn says I need a trike because of my medical condition. No, wrong trikes, mate. Yeah. Panzer says I'll hand out a copy of those instructions and give you my verdict in Yank. Of course, yeah, I can't do anything until Panzer's decreed because, you know.
Well, you could be a rebel.
Yeah, but no, that's a good place to thing because that's what we're up to, basically. And it's giving me the no glue bit and all of that lot and every bit of that. So I'll take a picture and I'll bung it in the 24/7. But yeah, it just gives you an idea of how it's going to go together. It might well be that where there's the female part, it might be a small dab of glue of adhesion required. There you go. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting on and doing them next week because, yeah, I was hoping to get some done this week, but yeah, it could wait. It's not, no hardship. Edit the photograph. And so messenger and there you go, that's in the 24/7 thing. Yeah, there you go. Have you some of that? Because I know he likes rubbing his hands together and giving out his phantom of knowledge instructions. So, because I know he'll sit there and go, oh, I just need to tell you this. So I'll let him have his moment of glory. Yeah. Right. I think we can now put that sprue safely back in there. I will dig out all the jigs. So I've got a little selection of them. I'm going to have 4 of them jigs to play with, so I can do 4 sections a time. And yeah, I think that'll be fun. Let's put them in there. Let's drop them back in there nice and safe. Actually, I'll put the jig in there as well, nice and safe. Now,
Because I don't lose that jig for crying out loud.
I've got 4 of them, Dave. Each sprue's got a jig on it, mate.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, because it's basically 4 of the same sprue.
Well, that's fair play.
Yeah, so there's no,
No panic.
No. Exactly, but that's a good place for me to pause, I think, for today. So I have done today. Let's just go on the full screen, and then I'll full screen Dave in a minute. I'll tell you what, I'll full screen Dave now, shall I? There you go.
Oh.
Or I can full screen myself, whichever way you want. You know, it's up to you, Dave, you know.
I think he's gone.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, right.
I just no, I just wanted, yeah, instant Dave going quiet there, folks. Yeah, I'll just full screen myself. There you go. That's what I've been up to. This is obviously the main whole of the build that was built last week, so we've got a bit of that ready to go with the turret, sub assembly. And then today we've been doing all of these little peripheral bits, which are the wheels. Them ones are joined. These ones are just the halves because they've got the axle pins over there that go in the bogies. We got all the bogies built. They're little movable bogies that move and pivot. So we got all of them like so. Little bit of movement. So we got all of that done. Ready, willing and able. These are all going to then get painted and not assembled until they're ready to go. And then we'll have the tracks of trackness to do next week on the show. I'll just bung Dave full screen so he can show you what he's been up to.
So we've got some paint on the chassis underside. There's more of a test to see if the mix that I was going to use is going to work all right, and I think yes, it is. Started doing some work on the dashboard. Hopefully, you can see that.
Yeah, can see that.
Picking up the exhaust carefully. Yep, exhaust is done.
Happy days.
With a new piece on the back.
Oh.
And I've started masking up some templates to do that bit, he says.
Oh, right, yeah.
That bit with some carbon fibre on it.
Oh, there you go. Get in.
And I will do the same for Finn, and I will have a look at maybe doing something for the door mirrors.
Happy days, mate. Happy days. Let's just change camera and come back and say goodbye to everyone. Just bung the chat back up just to see what's going on in there. There you go. So, yeah, Lynn says looking good, Dave. Bobbin says bungies. Lynn says looking good. Hansa says I suggest you do a run, see how friction fit holds. Yeah, that's how I was planning on doing it, mate, to be honest with you. But it's like anything, you know, I know you'll be sitting there going, so, yeah. So we'll see, mate. Lynn's saying coffee for Dorka. He says, be right back. It's coffee time. No worries. We're literally coming off. Lynn says jiggy. Exactly. I mean, like I say, I'm going to have all the 4 jigs out and I should just do a run of 7. See how they go, but it's just knowing whether it's pressure bit. But I'm looking at them pans, and you've got a female oval, and then on the other one you've got a male oval, and I'll try and see whether they're a friction fit. If they're not, then it'll just be a tiny dab of extra fin in the hole. Bang, job done. That's the theory. Sarah Jane says the carbon fibre weave will be checked for accuracy. Good girl. Marcus says, thanks for the stream. Cheers, guys. Our absolute pleasure, Marcus, to spend our Sunday with you folks. It really is. We'll be back same time next Sunday. Other than that, we'll see you Wednesday for the eModels workshop, Wednesday workshop at the bench. So we'll see for that. And then I'll see you again on the Frolic. There's not going to be a afternoon Warhammer on Fox's channel because he's not doing a show today, folks. So you've got the rest of your afternoon to yourselves, folks. So we'll love and leave you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Sarah Jane, enjoy your motorsport that's on, love. Hope you have a good weekend. And we look forward to seeing you Wednesday.
Yep.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Stay safe, stay well.